Macmillan Audio presents Saving Grace by Jane Green. Read for you by the author.
Chapter 1. There are only so many hours Grace can stay away from home. Her husband's car is still in the driveway when she pulls in, her heart sinking at the sight, as if she should be surprised. Where did she think he'd be going at 6 o'clock in the evening? It was the triumph of hope over experience, she thought to herself. Luck is not on her side today. It wasn't on her side this morning when she woke up to hear a door slamming downstairs and her husband bellowing her name, and it isn't on her side now. Although, perhaps it is, she thinks, gingerly pulling up alongside his car and steeling herself for whatever might meet her inside. Perhaps his mood will have changed. Perhaps he will be the loving, attentive husband the rest of the world sees, as long as they don't get too close. After almost 25 years of marriage, the only thing that Grace is ever able to predict is the unpredictability of her husband's moods. He can throw his keys at the wall in a rage, then reappear 20 minutes later with a sunny smile, as if nothing had happened. As if Grace hadn't spent the prior 20 minutes quaking with nerves. He can throw his keys at the wall, followed by a vase, followed by rageful venting that this, whatever this might be, is all Grace's fault, that Grace has somehow screwed up. This morning, Grace heard the doors slamming downstairs before she'd even opened her eyes. She was woken up by the noise, sat bolt upright, heart pounding, realizing that Ted was in one of his moods. Terror flooded her body for a second. Sometimes, when this happens at night, she locks herself in the bathroom and runs a bubble bath, flooding out his anger with the water from the faucet. She has learned that if she removes herself, he will frequently take his rage elsewhere, distance allowing it to simmer before disappearing. But if Grace is there, if he sees her, she becomes an unwilling victim of a predator who will not leave her alone until he is sure she is completely destroyed. He doesn't mean it, she thinks, when he's back to being kind, loving, appreciative. He has terrible mood swings, which is part of what makes him a creative genius. I should be grateful, she tells herself. If Ted weren't allowed to be this kind of person, he wouldn't be able to write the books he does, wouldn't be the success he is. I mustn't take it personally, she tells herself, all the time, even as she feels her ears ringing with stress. Her ears were ringing this morning in bed as she heard him downstairs. They always ring when she is frightened. She read somewhere this is a symptom of anxiety, and one she has had as far back as she can remember. She has a theory that it helps drown out the noise of whoever is raging at her, her mother, her husband, but isn't sure that's why it happens. This morning, moving quickly, she pulled on yesterday's jeans, a clean t-shirt and vest, and slipped down the back stairs, carrying her clogs in her hand so as not to make a sound, before softly walking out the back door. Ted heard her car start, as she knew he would, and she wound her window down as he came tearing out the house. "Sorry," she called as she reversed, pretending she hadn't noticed his face contorted with rage. "Early start. I'm hugely late. See you later."
Sample complete. Ready to continue?